Happy Halloween, my non-existent viewers. Here it is, the conclusion for the little mini splurge of like top 9 videos I've been making this entire Spooktober. And I've done 2 creature themed top 9s with dinosaurs, my schizo rambling, and my favorite cryptids for the Turtle 2's episode I did on my YouTube channel's 12th anniversary on October 7th. And I did 2 animation themed top 9s with my favorite cartoons of all time, and my remastered favorite animated films of all time. And I just did 2 music themed top 9s with my favorite albums of all time and the 9 songs that get me motivated, right? So I figured I could do like a little curveball, like something about a subject that's totally different to end off this little like mini series of list videos. Here are gonna be my top 9 like hot takes and like sort of unpopular opinions. I don't know, I was just like getting the itch to make this video for some time. Now I figured, hey, it'd be a nice way to conclude I know I tried making these like top 5/9 weeks, but it ended up being top 5/9 months. Not big excuses, just I've just been too busy with work and stuff like that, to make the consecutive like in 7 days in a row my list my list videos. But anyways, here are like my 9 unpopular opinions, and I'm wearing the hot dog suit because why not? It's it's Halloween. Hee hee hee. Again, there's no need to feel attacked by this video if you disagree with me on anything that I say. And if you have any unpopular opinions, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Starting with my number, with the first unpopular opinion I have. This is my biggest like metal hot take, because I'm an avid like heavy metal listener, right? But I don't really care for Behemoth, for example, like the black and death metal like extreme group from Poland, and I don't really like black metal or the super like extreme subgenres of metal. Now I will not be getting this is gonna be the only time in the video that I talk about like politics or religion or like the more touchy subjects, so to speak. I just want to get this off my chest to you guys right now. I promise the rest of this video is not going to be political or religiously or theologically charged, or is going to like touch base on any super controversial subjects or difficult subjects, but I just want to get this off my chest. Like, I was raised Catholic, like Nergal, Behemoth's lead singer, was, and I've been to a lot of churches and have befriended a lot of Christians over the years. My theology has fluctuated quite a bit over the years, since growing up in New Jersey, being raised in the Catholic scene. But I still believe in God very much, and I still am a person of faith, right? And when I hear music with just, like, overly anti-religious lyrics, like, I don't like the Hozier song, Take Me to Church, for the same reason. Like, I just don't feel right. I don't feel good listening to music just overly, like, unapologetically blasphemous or, like, evil or satanic or anti-religious themes, because I get like I understand, because I've done some research on like Behemoth's backstory, and I understand that like Poland, where Behemoth is from, is not as open-minded as the whole church-state separation thing that we are here in the States, right? And he's been like, and people have been horrifically abused by like religious people over the years, and that's horrible. But like bands like Behemoth just reinforce my belief that like Newton's third law, for every action there's an equal but opposite reaction, applies to way more than just physics. Like, for every super militant and preachy and obnoxious and aggressive like Christian or religious person who just goes around shoving the Bible or their holy books or their practices down, or their beliefs down people's throats, on the other hand, we have another super militant and preachy and obnoxious and self-righteous judgmental atheist or anti-religion advocate, who just goes around shoving their anti-religion views, their atheism, and, just being super, like, obnoxiously, like, anti-religion and shoving that down people's throats. Bands like Behemoth have basically made that their whole thing, and honestly, to me, I get why, like, I know people who really love that kind of music, and if you're one of those people, that's fine, but me personally, I just don't really care for it, because it's just like, I just feel like Behemoth is just a one-trick pony about it, and it's like, they have all these songs where it's like, with like, just like, sacrifice and, and just like, bashing religious people, and it's just like, it's just, to me at least, it's just redundant. And like, I'm as pro freedom of speech and free expression as they come. I think people should be allowed to, say whatever they want. I think even the edgiest, most offensive, like hateful speech should be protected. And again, I give everyone the benefit of the doubt that they have completely understandable reason as to why they believe in the things they believe in, whether you're religious or not religious, or politically, if you're left or right or wherever else, or whatever your beliefs are. I respect everyone regardless of where they land. I'm more concerned how you let those things influence your actions than how you treat others. But like, I listen to Behemoth and I just feel wrong inside. Okay, from one music themed hot take to another, I still hate The Weeknd. I think The Weeknd is still trash. I made a rant video my freshman year at CSU, just like ranting about The Weeknd and why I just can't get into him, and I got a lot of dislikes and hate comments from Weeknd fans. Yeah, I still stand by my 19-year-old unpopular opinion on The Weeknd. I still can't stand the guy. I feel like I still don't get like what people like see in him, or like, I still think his voice is really annoying. I still can't get into his lyrics, and and he's just inescapable. Like, I work at a gym. That's my second job here in Columbus. I like hear songs like Save Your Tears for Another Day and what else? The Hills and Starboy, and songs he has released more recently. Like, I don't mind Blinding Lights. It's okay, I guess. Like, I just don't go out of my way to listen to it. But I hear his other songs, I'm just like, I just want to drill pencils into my ears. I was still, to this day, do not forgive the Academy, the Oscars, for nominating him for 50 Shades of Grey for the song Earned It, and yet See You Again from Furious 7 didn't get the nomination at all that year. And it's like, that is my pick for one of the biggest Oscar snubs of all time. And thanks to The Weeknd, I live in a world where 50 Shades of Grey is an Oscar-nominated film. That is inexcusable! My next hot take, since I talked about South Park in my top 5 favorite cartoons video I did on Turtle Tuesday a few weeks ago, I put South Park is my 5th favorite cartoon of all time. Or was it my 4th? But whatever. Yeah, this is my biggest South Park hot take. I really don't care for the Scott Tenorman Must Die episode. It's not a bad episode. I do enjoy that episode, and how like Cartman wants payback on Scott Tenorman for selling him pubes and embarrassing him, and and the episode ends with him tricking Scott into eating his own parents in that bowl of chili, and he'd be like, no, I'm going to eat your parents. I think people hail this episode so much as being the greatest South Park episode of all time, because it shows Cartman's transition from just being like a bratty child to a full-blown psychopath. But I already knew that before watching the episode for the first time. It's like, okay, we get it. Cartman's an asshole. That's his thing, right? And the whole episode, like, I just don't get why people keep hailing it as, like, the greatest South Park episode of all time, or, like, one of the greatest TV episodes of all time. Just, like, again, it's not a bad episode. It's just, like, I just think there's just so many other better South Park episodes out there. This one just is really mean-spirited, and just, honestly, I didn't root for either Scott Tenorman or Cartman at all throughout the entire episode. And it's like, okay, we get it. Cartman's a psychopath. Like I said, but we already knew that. Like, to any of my fellow South Park fans, are you one of those, like, people who think that Scott Tenorman Must Die is, like, such a, like, timeless masterpiece of an episode? Let me know in the comments. My next unpopular opinion is that Attack of the Clones is the worst Star Wars film. That's right. Not The Last Jedi, not The Phantom Menace, or any of the other Star Wars sequels or prequels or spin-offs. My pick for the worst Star Wars film is Attack of the Clones. I already did my, like, top 9, like, the 2 videos where it's like, before I left in Nebraska, when I was still living there, I made my top 9, like, movies I like that everyone hates, and my top 9 movies I dislike that everyone loves, right? And I put The Last Jedi out in that video, like, songs, I keep saying, talking about music. Movies I like that everyone hates. Yeah, I put The Last Jedi at the top of that list. I understand the sequels get criticized. I understand, like, the sequel trilogy Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker is definitely flawed, but I still really like all those movies I still have a lot of fun watching those films. Like, yeah, say whatever you want about, I know a lot of people really hate The Last Jedi for, going out of its way to subvert expectations, or the whole Rosenfin subplot, or Rian Johnson's vision for the franchise. But at the very least, The Last Jedi had great special effects. Technically speaking, the film was amazing, just like The Force Awakens and Rise of Skywalker. Attack of the Clones should be renamed to Attack of the CGI. There is just so much CGI and not enough practical effects, and it's not even good CGI. Phantom Menace, a film released 3 years before Attack of the Clones, has better CGI than Attack of the Clones, and the whole film is just so boring, except the ending with Yoda facing off with Count Dooku. That was good. But, I couldn't stand Hayden Christensen as Anakin, and his love story with Padme. It's so forced and shoehorned, and the acting is so wooden and over the top at the same time. And, the action scenes, aside from the last one at the end of the film, were just so unengaging and uninteresting. And I haven't really watched any of I haven't watched any of the Star Wars films in a while, except the originals. I find myself going back to the originals the most. Those are, and I guess another, Star Wars, unpopular opinion that I have is that, I know everyone says that Empire Strikes Back is the best film of all time, the best film of the franchise. I really don't like ranking the original 3 Star Wars films. I prefer to just see all 3 of them as the same film in 3 consecutive parts. Whenever I watch A New Hope, I have to watch that and Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi within the span of 72 hours, or I just feel dirty. Okay, here is my biggest dating, my biggest relationship hot take is that, I know you can't really see it under my hot dog suit, but as a blonde, I think blondes are overrated. Not that I don't think that blonde women are unattractive necessarily. It's just as a blonde whose entire immediate family is blonde, it's I'm blonde, my sister is blonde, my mom is blonde, my dad is blonde, and I have a lot of relatives on both sides of my family that are blondes, right? And it's my dad's side of the family is from Germany. My mom's side of the family is from Lithuania. Both those countries are full of blondes. I could just never imagine myself dating a blonde person, right? Again, not because they're unattractive. It's just they all remind me of my mom, and my sister. I just people say blondes are. I love lots of guys idolize blonde women. I'm not one of those people. I like women with black hair and tan skin. That's my type. But anyways, yeah, just want to get that off my chest. Another unpopular opinion that I have. This isn't so much of an opinion necessarily, but I think people don't realize this enough. There's a difference between having an unpopular opinion. There's a difference between having a hot take and just being ignorant or misinformed. There's some people will just make these claims that are just so facepalm inducing, where it's mate, do your research. There's just there's again, like I said, I respect everyone regardless of what they believe in, but there's some people who are just so uneducated that I feel bad for them in a weird sense. I had a former friend from CSU during 2020. She just hated bats. She hates bats for starting the pandemic. And when the Denver Zoo reopened after COVID restrictions got less strict, she went to the bat exhibit and sent me a video message on Snapchat, be like, they started Corona! Because, someone in China ate a bat, therefore we're all in this pandemic. And I'm just I tried very nicely explaining her, no, that's scapegoating. It's not their fault that, someone ate a bat in China. And it's I don't remember any of this being a problem when Ozzy ate a bat on stage. Huh? And I tried to explain to her, hey, bats are really important for the ecosystem. Without bats and snakes and spiders, the insects and rodents would decimate our crops, and they're super important for the ecosystem. I tried to explain to her, and she was like, oh, no, fuck bats. And I'm just I blocked her on Snapchat 3 years ago, and I have no regrets. Probably my biggest gaming-themed hot take, my biggest gaming-themed unpopular opinion, is that GTA 5 is super overrated, and I just can't get into the Grand Theft Auto franchise. I remember, as a kid, before my parents let me play M-rated video games, I knew one game I always wanted to stay away from was the Grand Theft Auto franchise, because I just really couldn't stand, like, you know, the whole premise of you playing as a criminal and just essentially being a horrible person. And my friends kind of, like, gave me flack for that over the years. I was just like, you know, like, GTA 5 is like, oh, other violent video games won't make you violent like Call of Duty or Skyrim because, oh, you're not playing as a criminal, but you are playing as a criminal in Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, I don't really, like, care about that as much anymore. Like, I've realized this since then. It's like, you know, that playing as a criminal in a video game is not as big of a deal as I was making it out to be. Again, it's all freedom of expression. It's like literally the most. Like, I forgot to talk about this in at the start of the video when I talked about Behemoth in the weekend. Like, literally the most damaging thing you can do to a piece of art or entertainment is to just, like, not pay any attention to it. Don't watch it, don't listen to it, don't play it, don't throw any of your, like, money at it, because you can't deny it. I feel like, yes, people understandably, like, the Grand Theft Auto franchise has stirred up a lot of controversy over the years, but that's one of the reasons why it's been so successful, is because people keep talking about it. It is the thing. I think, in retrospect, I don't think it was really, like, you know, the premise of GTA 5 that I just couldn't get into when this game was released back when I was a freshman in high school. I think it was more so just the fact that everyone, all the guys in my class, were just praising it, like, constantly, like it was the gospel according to Korean Jesus. And I just couldn't get into it. The hype ruined GTA 5 for me, because I would be, like, talking about games I play to, like, other guys my age. I'd be like, oh, I play Minecraft, I play COD, I play Skyrim, I play Left 4 Dead 2, and there's like, no GTA 5? I'm just like, no, I don't play GTA 5. It's just like, it was just, so many people were just talking about it nonstop, and I just got sick of it. I just could never get into, like, I will be buying GTA 6 when it eventually comes around anyways. Like, just, I just couldn't. My second to last unpopular opinion is, like, okay, like I said, I know this wasn't supposed to be like a ranked list, but I think my second most unpopular opinion is that I just do not care about sports at all. Like, I don't follow any sports. I'm not a sports fan. I just can't get into sports. Like, I like to say I don't give a shit about sports, but I do give a skid mark about baseball, though, because I played Little League in elementary school. My dad coached one of the Little League teams. So, like, I don't follow baseball necessarily, but my mom is a huge, my mom and my friend Eric are both huge New York Mets fans. So they'll tell me about, like, how the Mets are doing. I'll be like, hey, cool, the Mets. Or, like, I'll be at a bar and, like, there'll be baseball games playing on TV, and I'll be like, hey, that team is playing, or that other, like, the Mets are playing, or the Rockies are playing. So, like, I don't, like, follow baseball, but I can enjoy a baseball game, because I've been to a Mets game before, and it was amazing. They played the Phillies back during my summer camp, my summer going to my sophomore year of high school. We saw the Mets play the Phillies at Citi Field, and it was amazing, right? And like, and I also like kind of respect the Rockies because, you know, I have family in Denver, but otherwise, you cannot pay me to care about sports. Like, I can enjoy basketball. I respect athletes as people, and I can enjoy a game if I'm there in person with friends and drinks, right? But otherwise, I just can't get into sports at all. Like, I don't like. I can respect basketball and hockey, but it's like American football is just so boring. I don't know what is it with me, like, you know, because, like, I just don't get, like, people losing their minds over sports that much. And just, like, sports fans, just, like, you know, I feel like sports is just that, it's like, again, I know I say I wouldn't be talking about politics or religion or, you know, that much this video, but those subjects and sports and people's, like, dietary choices, like whether you're vegan or you eat meat or something like that, those are, like, the four subjects that just, like, bring out the worst in people. Like, the tribalism around sports teams is, like, the cultish nature about sports fandom is something I've always been kind of afraid of, honestly. And American football, to me, is just, like, okay, I'm watching it, and it's so predictable. Like, 1 out of 4 things happen. The guy's got the ball. He's running. Oh, he got tackled. Reset. The guy's got the ball. He's running. Oh, he went out of bounds. Reset. The guy's got the ball. He throws the ball to his teammate. Oh, the pass is incomplete. Reset. The guy's got the ball. He's running. Touchdown! Reset. It's just way too much go, stop, go, stop, go, stop, go, stop, and I just lose interest. I'm just bored out of my face. And this is, again, unpopular opinions. It's like, I enter the Super Bowl every year like what Scrooge is to Christmas. And lastly, but definitely not least, one of my biggest, probably the most unpopular opinion I have of all is I hate cheese. I can't stand cheese. Like, I'm the weirdo that loves pizza. The only cheese I eat on a regular basis is pizza. Otherwise, I just can't stand cheese. Like, here's the thing. As an autistic person, we have, like, people on the spectrum tend to have, like, sensory issues, whether it's a certain, like, sights or sounds or smells or tastes. Like, a lot of autistic people have very, like, sensitive taste buds to particular foods. So it's like a texture thing. Yeah, the smell and the texture of cheese, to me, is, like, to my nose and my taste buds, like what pepper spray is to the eyes. I find it repulsive. Again, I can eat pizza because I guess when the mozzarella is, like, baked and cooked into the dough and the sauce and the toppings, then I can digest the cheese. It doesn't trigger my sensory issues that much. But otherwise, cheese is just repulsive. The smell, the texture, even the feeling of it on my fingers, I'm like, get it away from me. And it's just like, and I can't stand the smell. And I tell people this, and they look at me like I'm crazy. It's like, you don't like cheese? Like, how do you not like cheese? I just don't like it. And people who put an absurd, to everyone who is putting it so much Parmesan on their spaghetti and their pasta, like people who put, like, so much Parmesan cheese on their food to the point where I can smell it from, like, 5 feet away, fuck you. Alright, well, there you guys have it. My 9 unpopular opinions and my, hot takes. Thank you so much. This is part 7 out of 7 of, like, my list videos I'm making this October. So, thank you so much for sticking with me during this month. And, I wanted to make this video. I want to make all these videos a little sooner. So, hopefully next year I can, or when January comes around, when I'm going to be doing, like, eventually, of course, doing my top 9, like, best films of 2025 and worst films of 2025. Those lists I always make every year. Like, I can upload more consecutively within the span of a week. We'll just call January and October, like, top 5/9 months. Perhaps. But anyways, yeah. Hope you guys have a lovely Halloween and stay beastly.